What's going on, guys? The Saiyan17 here, and as you can see, I haven't made a single video since the new Dragon Ball game was revealed. Usually whenever a new Dragon Ball Z game is revealed, I'm always hyped up and always ready to go, but not this time. This video was actually going to be me raging at Bandai Namco again, but what's the point? That wouldn't really solve anything, so the reason I'm making this video after a couple days is because I wanted to calm down and think about what I want to say. You guys know me, I don't like to just speak out of thin air. I believe there is a logical explanation to everything. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, let me just say that my prediction was correct. Dimps has returned to the home consoles to make Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, when the game's title was revealed to me, my first reaction was, what the heck is this? Xenoverse. We've never had a title like this before. I know Dimps is coming back, so this is most likely a Budokai style game with a new title. I tried to stay positive, and a couple hours later, the trailer was finally revealed, and the game didn't look anything like Budokai. It was fully 3D and similar to Raging Blast and Battle of Z. But again, I said to myself, this is a Dimps game. Dimps has never failed me before. Every single Dragon Ball Z game they've made has been great. So I tried to stay positive once again, and a couple hours later the gameplay was revealed to me. And you know what, guys? That's when I lost all hope in the world. Now, this new game visually looks amazing. This is truly Dimps' art style. The animations, facial expressions, character models, graphics, everything is 100% perfect. This game is beautiful, just like Burst Limit, and I have absolutely zero problems with it. However, the gameplay is once again fully 3D, just like Raging Blast and just like Battle of Z. Now, for long-time subscribers of my channel, you know how many times I've said that those 3D fighting games are nothing but mindless button mashers, so that they need to stop. Well, here's another one, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, this time made by Dimps. Never in my entire life did I think to myself that a day would come when Dimps would start making fully 3D Dragon Ball Z fighting games. Now, I bet people are saying that the Saiyan17 wanted Dimps to come back, but now that they're back, he's still complaining. First of all, yes, people, I wanted Dimps to come back. Not just me, but many of the Budokai and Burst Limit fans that I know. We wanted Dimps to come back so that they could once again make a competitive Dragon Ball Z game with the Budokai fighting system, not another 3D game. Now, second of all, there is nothing wrong with complaining, people. The only reason why we complain is because we want the companies to do better. I've been complaining about Bandai Namco for a very long time. Why is that? Because I want them to do better. Listen, guys, we are gamers. We buy these games. These big companies make games for us, but just because they do that doesn't mean we have to keep our mouth shut and accept mediocre games and mediocre products. The only reason why Bandai Namco and all these other companies are making games is because we buy them. The only reason why the company is alive is because we pay them. We have made them what they are today. We have the right to speak out. As consumers, we have the right to complain and give feedback. We shouldn't just sit here and accept every single product just because it has the name Dragon Ball written on it. Now, getting back on topic, let's take a look at Dragon Ball Xenoverse compared to Battle of Z. As you can see, the way the characters move, whether it's on the ground or in the air, is very similar. Even the target lock-on circle is back from Battle of Z, which has never been there in a Dimps game before. Obviously, they aren't the same, but it's still too close. Even the combos that Goku is shown doing are similar to Battle of Z. He's landing 3 to 4 hits and then one strong hit, which launches the enemy into the air, which is literally all you can do in Battle of Z. Now, I know that Dragon Ball Xenoverse is only in its alpha stage, and they still have a lot of work to do, but it's not going to be anything we haven't seen before. Yes, Dimps is making the game, and we all know that when it comes to combat, no one does it better than Dimps. They're probably going to add cancels in this game, just like Budokai, but is it going to be as good as Budokai? No. Why would you settle for less when you can get more? Dimps has made way better games than this. Now, will this game be the best fully 3D game? Yes, it will. Why? Because Dimps will try to get rid of that button mashing. It'll still be there because it's hard to make a fully 3D game not be a button masher, but it'll be on a lower level than with Raging Blast, Tenkaichi, and Battle of Z. But again, that's not good enough. Like I said, why would you settle for less when you can clearly have more? We've been patiently waiting for a good Dragon Ball Z game for the past few years. Each and every time we've said, maybe next year we'll get a good Dragon Ball game. But you know what? Instead of the games getting better, they keep getting worse. I mean, seriously guys, the quality speaks for itself. They look worse and they also play worse. Now, Bandai Namco, what truly makes me angry and frustrated is the fact that you have thrown us, Budokai fans, under the bus. It is currently 2014, and Budokai 3 came out for the PlayStation 2 in 2004. It's been 10 years and you still haven't brought back Dimps to give us a Budokai 4. Burst Limit came out in 2008. It's been 6 years and you still haven't brought back Dimps to give us a Burst Limit 2. However, you brought back Spike, who are the creators of Tenkaichi, to make Raging Blast 2, Ultimate Tenkaichi, and even Dragon Ball Z for Kinect, which are all fully 3D games. Then you brought in a new developer called ArtThink to make Battle of Z, which again is another fully 3D game. What did we get from this? We got bad Dragon Ball Z games. The proof is right in front of you. Not a single one of those games were even close to what Dimps made with Budokai 3 and Burst Limit. Bandai Namco, in the past 6 years, you have released 5 fully 3D Dragon Ball Z games for those fans. Raging Blast 2, Ultimate Tenkaichi, Dragon Ball Z for Kinect, and Battle of Z. And now you're going to add one more to that list, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which adds up to 6. And how many games have you released for us, the Budokai fans? 1. Only Burst Limit. So can you please tell me how exactly is that fair? Bandai Namco, you do realize that still to this day, Dragon Ball Z Budokai is the highest selling Dragon Ball game of all time. Budokai is what gave the Dragon Ball Z games the popularity it needed. We Budokai fans have been there from the start and we've supported you for years. But what have you done? Ignored us. Now, do you guys remember that fan-made Dragon Ball Z game that was recently made called Hyper Dragon Ball Z? The trailer is currently on YouTube and it has over 1 million views. It is obviously a 2D fighting game that actually has a deep fighting system. A website called Shoryuken had interviewed Ronnie, who was the developer of Hyper Dragon Ball Z. They asked him, what are your opinions on past Dragon Ball Z fighting games? And guess what he said? Guess what he said? The exact same thing I've been telling you guys. Same exact thing. Ronnie said the Tenkaichi series triggered a pattern in future releases. The gaming companies try to replicate the feeling of the show, with characters flying around and beating on each other with flurries of attacks and projectiles that all feel very similar and lack impact. Although the character roster grew, they started feeling more like clones of each other, so gameplay and competitive play were pretty much non-existent. Again, I've been telling you Tenkaichi and Raging Blast fanboys that in order for a video game to be fun, competitive, and have a certain depth in its gameplay, it needs to differentiate itself from the anime. You need to stop forcing the game to give you the anime feel, because like Ronnie said, it takes away from the gameplay. Now Bandai Namco, you finally brought back Dimps, and I thank you for that. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. But once again, you messed up. This was your chance to listen to us Budokai fans. This was your chance to finally get Dimps to make a new Budokai or Burst Limit. But what did you do? You brought back Dimps and forced them to make another 3D game. And that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Why? Because Dimps was the only developer you had who was doing something different. They were making side-scrolling 2.5D fighting games, but you just had to ruin everything. So now, Bandai Namco, you have 3 developers for the Dragon Ball games. You have Spike, who makes Raging Blast, you have ArtThink, who makes Battle of Z, and now you have Dimps, who makes Dragon Ball Xenoverse. All 3 developers are making the same type of games. All of them are 3D games. Why exactly do we need this? It doesn't make any sense. Bandai Namco, do you remember during the PlayStation 2 era, we had Dimps making Budokai 1, 2, and 3, then we had Spike making Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3. That way, both of the fan bases were happy because they had something to play. But look what you've done. You've got 3 developers making the same type of games, and you've completely left out us Budokai fans. Listen, we have been playing the same games for the past 10 years. You've completely removed us. What have we done to you? We've been there from the start. The Budokai games are older than the Tenkaichi games. We came here first, but you pay absolutely no attention to us. It's like we don't even exist. You don't listen to your fans, Bandai Namco. You've completely shut us out. And to those Dragon Ball Z fans that think 2D or 2.5D fighting games are bad and dead, let me tell you something. There is a reason why all the most popular fighting games in the world today aren't 3D. They're not. Have you guys ever heard of EVO? EVO is the short form for the Evolution Championship Series. It is the largest and longest running fighting game tournament in the world. Players from all around the world come to showcase their skills, to have fun, and also to spectate. Do you know what fighting games those guys play? Blaze Blue, Killer Instinct, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, The King of Fighters, Injustice Gods Among Us, Mortal Kombat, we just had the new one announced, Super Smash Bros., we also had the new one announced for that, Tekken, and most importantly, Street Fighter 4, which is a game developed by Dimps. These are some of the biggest, competitive, and most popular fighting games of all time, and not a single one of them is 3D. It is a fact that 2D or 2.5D fighting games are better. They always have been. Dimps is literally the king of EVO. Street Fighter 4 is the biggest game at EVO, and it's made by Dimps. Don't you people want to see Dragon Ball Z at this level? Don't you people want to play a competitive game with your friends? If Dimps wanted to, they could take the Budokai games to this level. They did it with Street Fighter. So Bandai Namco, I ask you kindly as a fan, as a long-time supporter of all your Dragon Ball games, please do this for us Budokai fans. Get Dimps to make us a new Budokai game. You've ignored us for far too long. We as fans deserve a new Budokai game. We have been dying to get a new one. We've tried to reach out to you multiple times, but we've got absolutely no response. You are the only ones who can do this for us. Bring back Budokai. Now guys, in order to get Bandai Namco's attention and have our wish granted, I have joined a group called the Budokai Remake, which consists of some of the best Budokai players in the world. And along with some of the members, I have created a petition to bring Budokai back. Now you have to listen to me very carefully, guys. This petition is extremely important because this will be used to show Bandai Namco how much we actually care. If you guys don't sign this, then Bandai Namco will get the impression that not enough people are interested in the games anymore. So our job as fans of Dragon Ball Z, we need to get everyone to sign this. Remember how we got Battle of Gods to come to North America? We had to sign a petition just like this one. I'm just an ordinary YouTuber. I don't have the power to make this happen on my own. You don't have the power to make it happen on your own. But together as a community, as Dragon Ball Z fans, we can make this happen together. This is not a joke, guys. I am trying to help you. I'm trying to get the Budokai series to come back after 10 years. We can make this happen. We can make a huge comeback, but we just need to show Bandai Namco that we still care. Listen guys, I never ask you to share or spread my videos unless they benefit our fan base, and this is extremely important. This would not only bring us an amazing Dragon Ball Z game, but it will also bring the Dragon Ball Z games back on track, like how they were in the Golden Age, in the PlayStation 2 era. So here are some ways you can help us out. Number 1, make sure you sign the petition. It only takes a minute. There is nothing to be scared of. We're doing the petition through change.org. It's 100% safe. One of the most popular and biggest websites for this type of stuff. So please make sure to sign the petition. It's the main thing. It's the most important thing. Number 2, make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and all the Dragon Ball Z fans you know. Even if someone doesn't know about Dragon Ball Z but they want to help out, let them. Number 3, take advantage of social networking websites like Facebook and Twitter. Make sure to tweet this video to Bandai Namco with the hashtag that I have provided in the petition. Hashtag bring back Budokai. That way all of us can see the tweets and retweet each other. If you don't have a Twitter account, make one. It's really useful for communicating with these types of people. Now, you can either spam Bandai Namco or you can tweet them once a day. It's all up to you guys. But please make sure to tweet the video with the hashtag bring back Budokai. And that's it, guys. That's all we have to do. We just have to keep this thing growing. That's it. Remember, the more people we have, the better it is, because we can have our voices heard faster. And that's all I have to say. I'm the Saiyan 17, and together we will bring back Budokai. Have a nice one.